Hello, what's going on? Well, breaking news, guys. First off, good evening. Welcome to another episode. G Boot 2786, Gavin Richard with Gavin Richard Presents. I hope everybody is doing good on this Wednesday, hump day. Breaking news, obviously, if you have read your Facebook thread, if you haven't been following the news, it's been everywhere that Liam Neeson is longer a suspect in Jussie Smollett's attack. No one's all ser- They dismissed him. No, in all seriousness, Jussie Smollett has been officially indicted. He has been officially indicted on one count of felony, which is class 4A, falsifying a police report, disorderly conduct. The grand jury indicted him around 6 o'clock this evening. He was officially indicted. You can go on the NBC website. They talked about it. Um, those that have followed me, those that have listened to what I've talked about his attack, know that, attack, that I really was not buying it from the beginning. And most people, I don't think, initially, things like that, you wanted to give the guy the benefit of the doubt because you would hate to think something like that, somebody would play with something like this. But what he was saying just wasn't making any sense. And we can go back and forth over it, whether we're talking about being out at 2 o'clock in the morning going to get a Subway sandwich. That's possible. I don't doubt that because I know tons of people that go out late at night and eat, although this is in the cold in Chicago. Who would be carrying around gloves and masks at that time? In Chicago, just randomly trying to pick out a black man from a TV show that I don't think a white supremacist would even watch, such as Empire. On top of that, he had you had no showing of bruises except for abrasion and cut under his eye. Uh, he wouldn't turn over his phone to police when asked, and there were some other things that just were jumping out that didn't make sense. Things that were no camera footage. That's another problem. And I will say this: I think what got me too is I didn't understand why Chicago police and people out there who are in Chicago, they tell me, I listen to Harvey Superboy all the time, and tell me that Chicago police is not good. That Chicago police is bad. Of course, that's the same city where you had Laquan McDonald. We go back to the 1960s, the Black Panther Party, with Fred Hampton and Mark Clark and being assassinated, and that house being set up. So there's that history, but Jussie Smollett is not Fred Hampton. He is not Mark Clark. He's not Dr. King for sure. And he's not even the gay Tupac. And I couldn't believe, and that's also what draw my attention to it being a false flag, a hoax, because the things he was saying that just a victim I don't believe would be doing. Then having Taraji P. Henson tweet, and I don't even know if that was her tweeting, probably an assistant that handles her Twitter, go buy my baby's album right after the attack. And 45 minutes after the attack, Jussie didn't call the police, he called his manager. And then his manager subsequently, a few hours later, calls the police. Uh, all the while, Jussie is still wearing, from my understanding, the noose on his neck. So it just didn't make any sense, and Chicago police wasn't buying it. I wasn't buying it. Um, you know, do I think he's going to do jail time? What do y'all think? I honestly don't. What I think would happen is he's going to pay a heavy fine and he's going to be giving community service, which is something I can be okay with. I think he should get a suspended sentence, really. Uh, because something like this is real serious. You can't play with people's lives like that. When you take cops off of real murder cases, real rape victims cases, you know, issues that they need more attention to solve for to pull the fucking publicity stunt. You dismiss my nigga if this is true, and I believe this is. You know, you have all that talent. You you're on a TV. I don't watch Empire. I've already told you what I think about it, but hey, This is how you make your living. You've had your foot in the door for a while, being with your family. Your family has you on, and you got a break to be on Empire, and you in Ridley Scott's movie, the Alien movie that came out a year or two ago. So, to have something like this happen, uh, you know, forget your career. Worry about whether you're gonna go to jail or not, man. You did all of this for a music stunt. The gay Tupac. You know, that's the thing that threw me off. The gay. I didn't buy that. Once that happened, I said, no, he rigged this. Because nobody would act like that after getting assaulted in a hate crime. You don't go bragging and pushing an album sale. Then he wanted to go do a concert. And you notice the injuries that he supposedly had weren't even that, I don't think that's serious, where it would have prevented him from performing. You got two brothers who are from America. My understanding were born in Chicago, but family is from Nigeria, so they fly in and out all the time. And they spilled the whole beans about what happened. And could this have been something perpetrated to get that the LGBT clauses pushed in these anti-discrimination bills that Congress has passed? Yeah, I think so. He had been campaigning with Kamala Harris. He had been around Cory Booker and those guys. I did see that Nancy Pelosi deleted her tweet in support of him. I did see the new Congresswoman Alexandria, or what's her name? She's the one from New York that's on Always Talking. They make celebrities. They're trying out of these new representatives who Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, excuse me. Yeah. Well, she said she still supported Jussie just yesterday. I don't think she has that now. I would doubt that she does. You know, do something like this, man. And I really don't want to keep talking about it because we give it so much attention. You know, bottom line is he's either going to go to jail, he's going to go to trial, let it be. He's got enough of our attention, he's got enough of our power uh, devoted to this. You have breaking news, other news stories that are going on in this country that I think that the news media should have worried about. You know, will there be another national shutdown? That's an issue that CNN and NBC and Fox should be talking about, or CBS and those. What's going to happen with that? All the stuff that's going on in the world. He's the number one leading story. No, I So yeah, man, he just let me know what y'all think. But he's lawyered up. I think he has Mark Garagos, excuse me, who's representing him. It's not bad. You know, that was another thing. He had hired There's a spokesperson for the attorney, which I've never heard before. A spokesperson for a lawyer. Usually the lawyers doing the talking. What's also interesting too is that the Cook County prosecutor, um, Kim Cooks. Let me see. I have her name. It's Kim. Hold on a second. Kim Fox. Yeah. Well, she was a prosecutor. If you guys saw her on, um, you've been watching the R. Kelly scandal. She came out trying to get any woman who had been supposedly attacked by R. Kelly to come forward. She's actually recused herself in this matter because apparently she's had some association with Jussie Smollett's family, talking with him about the situation. So she's not going to be handling that. So they're going to have to appoint a special prosecutor. Excuse me. To look into the case. Probably the state's attorney general. Usually is the one that'll handle those when the district attorneys is not involved. I I didn't like what she did with R. Kelly's thing either. You don't go and solicit survivors, because what's going to happen now is that by doing that, and while they very well may be legitimate victims of R. Kelly, I don't know whether it's true or not. The problem is that now you're going to bring in more and more people who, let's say, were just girlfriends of his, had a bad relationship, and you're going to bring those women on, and they're going to say something. And basically, that just it's the piling on, just like we saw with Bill Cosby. You know, Speaking of which, I do intend to do another video just to update you. Shout out to Nicole's View. She did an excellent video yesterday on Kathy McKee. She was one of the Cosby women who tried to take her case all the way up to the Supreme Court by suing Cosby. Libel, and they rejected to hear it. So that is some good news for him. Uh, most of these women were nothing but a bunch of gold. I'll be honest. Some of them Some of them have been associated with him. This one even called Bill Cosby a friend back as far as 2010. So he raped her 40 years ago in 1970 and didn't say anything about it then. I, I'm sorry. I can't believe that. And I saw the article. So, excuse me, guys. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a comment. I'll holla. Peace.